The trajectory looks identical. I didn't see the difference. Watch again. It really is a topspin serve. My side backspin serve is a chopping motion, like this. The moment you make contact, you have to stop the motion abruptly. Use this method, stop sharply and feel for the friction. For instance, even if I feel like I'm not generating spin, by simply stopping the motion, I create friction, and the ball kicks up after the bounce. Watch closely. After the abrupt stop, the second bounce really kicks forward. When practicing, you must stop sharply. Don't use excessive wrist snapping yet. First, understand this principle. If your hook serve is going too high, it's because your power isn't focused and compact at contact. With a big motion like that, of course it's going to be high. Look, it's a side topspin serve, but your swing is too big and lacks that instantaneous burst. If your hook serve is that slow and high, your opponent can attack it easily. But with my serve speed, if they try to flick, the ball will likely fly off the table because it kicks so much on their racket. Next, I'm going to explain the +2 part of the 3+2 method. If opponents aren't fooled by your serve, let me teach you a better method. It's simple. Brushing the ball upward creates topspin. Brushing downward creates backspin. The reason your serve isn't deceptive is because your up and down motions are too obvious. You need to make that motion much smaller. Today, we'll first focus on making the motion smaller, and second, on the deceptive action. Watch, here is the backspin serve. See how subtle the motion is? Let's start with side backspin. It's harder to fake. So first, just practice this friction so they can clearly see it's a backspin ball. Notice my forearm and racket tip dip down, but the contact point on the ball stays the same. This is pure backspin. Let's have Shuai push one. See? It's a pure backspin serve. That's it. Use your fingers and wrist to dot the ball. It's very spinny. Now for the topspin serve, with the same small motion. My forearm still goes down. But where's the secret? Pay close attention. The trajectory looks identical. I didn't see the difference. Watch again. It really is a topspin serve. It's definitely topspin, but the motion is so similar. And it's very spinny. See how my forearm still moves downwards? I'll show you in slow motion. Watch carefully. Backspin. Topspin. Topspin. I see it. Backspin. Topspin. Backspin. Alright, explain to everyone what you saw. It's very deceptive. I'll describe what I felt, though I might be wrong. When the coach serves backspin, her motion is straight down. For topspin, at the moment of contact, it feels like she goes slightly up first before continuing down. Incorrect. It's not an upward brush followed by a downward motion. Did anyone else see it? Any upward motion would be too obvious. I could tell it was topspin, but I couldn't figure out how the motion was so similar. Okay, look. This is the backspin serve. A downward chopping motion. The topspin uses the same path, but the force is directed sideways. That makes it topspin. Exactly, the force is directed sideways. I'm not lifting my arm up. Try pushing it. You think I'm brushing up and then coming down? No, the force is directly sideways. Brushing sideways automatically creates topspin. After I brush it sideways, I complete the follow-through downwards as a deceptive motion. That's the side topspin. I don't need a separate upward movement. That's too obvious. When I serve side backspin, I'm chopping sideways and downwards. I'm chopping sharply. For side topspin, I brush the ball sideways. That brushing motion itself generates the topspin. So, this sharp chopping motion is side backspin. And this brushing motion is side topspin, followed by the same downward action. That's amazing. Side backspin is a direct downward chop after contact. For side topspin, don't chop it. You need to brush it. Understand? You brush it like this. It's the same principle as hitting a loop, it's always going to be a topspin ball. Here, try to receive this. The trajectories are the same. See? It's topspin. But if I don't brush it and instead chop it at contact, it becomes backspin. Now, if I make the motions identical, here's topspin and backspin. It's really hard to tell. The key is that the overall motion looks exactly the same. This is the essence of the 3+2 method. The same principle applies to long serves, and it's even harder to read. Was that topspin or backspin? I couldn't tell. It's genuinely hard to judge. I really couldn't tell. All three of those serves were topspin. Let me explain the mechanics. With the same downward motion, if I use a distinct chopping action, it will always be backspin. Topspin is created by not chopping, but by generating a brushing contact with the ball. But my racket's trajectory is still downwards. I get it now. Everyone, I understand the concept. Alright, let's see you try it. You really think you've got it? So, what the coach is saying is for side backspin, you grip the ball and chop down. Yes, chop down. Don't let the ball linger on the racket. It needs a quick, sharp release. Exactly, a fast release off the racket is key. That's the side backspin. For side topspin, the motion is identical, but without the chop. You just brush. This is amazing, everyone. You have to try this. Okay, first a chop serve. See? It's backspin. There's a snappy power in that instant. Now for the side topspin. When you brush, don't change the motion at all. Look, everyone, the trajectory is still downwards. Wow, this is incredible. It's amazing. Seriously, I'm impressed. You want to know how I figured this out? I studied Old Hans serves with left side spin. This is how he does it. His left side spin serves look identical. For backspin, he uses a sharp chop. For topspin, he brushes through the ball. He brushes it sideways. I can do it with a left side spin serve too. Here, try to return this. This is his side backspin. Now, same motion, see? It's side topspin. Wow, that's brilliant. One is the feeling of brushing, which creates side topspin. The other is the feeling of chopping. The path of the swing is the same, it's only the method of applying force that differs. For side backspin, use a snappy, wristy force. Everything we've discussed today is high-level, version 5.0 stuff. But remember, this will take time to feel and master. The principle is constant, side backspin is a chop. Side topspin is a brush. Chop. Brush. Chop. Brush. Visually, the action is identical. You can only judge it by the speed of the second bounce. And by then, it's too late. The same logic applies to long serves. I've been practicing my serve so much my wrist is injured. All from working on this. The key is the follow-through is in the same direction. In older versions of the hook serve, up then down was topspin, and straight down was backspin. You can still practice that old version, but it's not very effective against advanced players. Focus on these two feelings, a quick release chop for side backspin, and carrying the ball with a brush for side topspin. Even with the same downward motion. As long as I'm brushing it, it's side topspin. What does brushing feel like? It's this feeling here. Anytime I brush the ball, it will produce side topspin. Look, even if I contact the ball higher up, as long as I brush downwards, it's still a side topspin serve. Doesn't this look like a backspin serve, everyone? This theory is incredible, truly next level. Even if you contact the ball this high, if the action is a brush, it will be topspin. Do you know where I got this idea? From the scrapping hook serve. You can't get heavy backspin with it because its fundamental action is brushing. That's why the backspin from a brushing serve is never as heavy as a chopped one. It lacks that focused, downward impact. If I were in a match, look. Topspin. But doesn't it look exactly like backspin? It's definitely topspin. You can tell from the speed of my second bounce. It has a truly deceptive quality. This looks like a side backspin, but you're brushing it. Any ball you serve with a brushing motion will be topspin. Backspin uses the same motion but with a much quicker release from the racket, with a single point of impact. The idea is to give it a downward chopping feeling and freeze the motion instantly. You all should give me a thumbs up for this. You're truly the queen of the hook serve. My theoretical understanding now is 10 or 20 times my actual playing level. And I'm happy about that because my hook serve was never this good. Serve a couple more. A sharp chop for side backspin. Remember, quick release, snappy force. Now, same motion, but brush sideways. You don't need to go up, trust me. Be bold and continue the motion downwards. The more downward and faster you brush, the more spin you get. The brush is still a downward motion. Faster, make the ball pop up for me. See, everyone? I didn't add any upward motion at all. You don't need to lift up. Any upward movement is still noticeable and too obvious. Right. When you practice, keep the motion path downwards. Trust the technique, trust the coach. As long as you brush it, it will be topspin. This principle is powerful for short serves. But it's even more exaggerated on long serves because you can use more force. The contact point on the racket is the same for both, the lower half of the racket face, contacting the side of the ball. This works for penhold grip too. Here, I'll serve with a penhold grip. Side backspin. Now, same motion for side topspin, just brush it. Look, the more you brush downwards, the more topspin it has. So don't be afraid. Exaggerate the downward motion with full commitment. I have zero upward motion. Be bold and go downwards. See? It flies right off his racket on contact. It's the same for penhold and shake hand. Just commit to that downward chop motion. Stomp your foot and chop down with force. You will definitely deceive your opponent. But don't overuse this trick. This is a serve for a crucial point, like 9-9. If you use it too much early on, your opponent will adapt. Early in the match, be conventional. Your backspin serve should be a real chop. Then, suddenly use the same chopping motion but brush the ball instead. It will work. Let me demonstrate one more time, I'm getting excited myself. Alright, early in the game, you consistently serve by chopping down for backspin. Then at 9-9, you use the identical motion, but brush it short to their forehand. They'll pop it up. You must first set it up by making them push a couple of your real backspin serves. Make them believe that motion means backspin. Don't start the match with this deceptive topspin serve. After 2 times, they'll just start flicking everything. That's not all. We'll dive into the critical topic of body engagement and power generation in the next video.